What's up, DNA gang?
Yeah, I know that name.
How y'all doing
That
today?
day.
Man, today we got Young Dunn Sauce. We got robbed in broad daylight. I robbed somebody as a kid, 13 years old. I ain't gonna tell y'all who it was.
He was a hoodlum.
Oh,
Robbing motherfuckers.
I ain't gonna tell you who it was, but hey, you ready?
I'm ready.
Y'all ready? I'm ready. Cue the intro.
Let me draw the boat, bitch, you know I wreck the shit. Get it by the boat, watch a nigga make it flip.
All right, before we get into this, hit that subscribe button.
And a notification bell so you don't miss another video.
Bro, I can't lie, bro. That night, bro, was one of the livest nights, bro. My homeboy still talk to that shit to this fucking day. Every time he see me, because we don't talk all year until we we go to his baby birthday and shit. Bro, every time you see me, he be like, Dre, you know we did this shit with them. I'm like,
That's so
bro,
bad.
Bro, that shit was so, bro. You don't know how much adrenaline goes through your shit when you.
They are so bad, y'all.
If I told you, you'd be like, you lying and capping. I swear to God.
They are so bad.
I swear to God, bro. But hey, let's get right into this, man.
He turns around, grabs my boy.
Y'all know what we do? We skip these because we like to see the
We
whole
don't want to
effect.
see all that
We want to see
until
the
the video.
Bible. And
Exactly.
all evil. Have you heard? Famous quote: "Money is the root of all evil." Have
Heard
you
that
heard
before?
it?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Everybody has.
It comes from the Bible. And growing up in Jamaica, that quote made a lot of sense to me. And that's because every night on the evening news, there'd be some tragic story of a family, a business owner, a kid who lost their life over money. You know, a robbery gone bad. So for a long time,
Heard it too many
I
times.
believed that. I believed that money was the root of all evil. But
Nah, money just make niggas want what you got.
Yeah. And that's really what it is. I mean, technically, yes, that is the same thing, but
I'm gonna say it in my way.
Yeah.
They just want what you got when you like. That's why motherfuckers be like, don't be flexing.
People-
Nigga, I'm a flex if I work for it.
people don't like to work for what they want. They just want to take it from somebody instead of just getting it on their own.
Not all of us.
sitting
Some
down
of us.
with a wise man was my best friend's father, who
I was a
had made
kid when I
himself
did
a lot
that
of
shit. And I
money
was
in his
one. That was one
lifetime
time and the
by
last
building
time.
businesses, being disciplined.
I've never done it.
You know, going to college, all of that. He carried a
I was a little
gun,
too short.
and one day when I was over my best friend's house, he asked me, "Why do you think I have this?" Of course, I replied,
These niggas be plotting.
"Protect yourself." You know, he was a wealthy
Real shit.
man. You know, people knew he was a wealthy man.
Cause I know when I step out on that DNA chain,
And then
Ain't gonna say
I ain't taking that bitch off.
And
Ain't gonna be able to
thinking
tell
I
him
was smart,
shit.
I threw the quote at him, you know. Money is the root of all evil. He then said to me, "Chris, money is not the root of all evil. Money is what bought me this house. It's what buys you
real.
food.
Exactly.
Hating ass
It's
niggas
what
is the
gets
root
you
of all
Video
evil.
games you like to play. No, money is not the root of all evil. The lack of money.
facts.
Let's hear that again.
Lack
I think
of
that's.
money.
I mean,
Play.
I don't know if this is uncle. I want to pay attention.
Is not the root of all evil. The lack of money is the root of all evil.
I think he
Poverty.
said this is his friend's dad.
That's why I carried this.
Or
because
uncle, something
too
like
many people here don't have enough. And the only thing more dangerous than a man with nothing to lose is a man with nothing at all. That stuck with me. Completely changed the way I saw money. So one day after school, when me and my boys got held up and robbed,
Cause when you hungry,
You do anything to get you what you want.
walking to the bus stop, I was
when you
walking to my
can't,
dad's
when
office.
you
I
see
don't wanna
you
give
ain't got
too
them
much
shoes,
backstory, but
you
can
wearing
watch
K
this
Swisses
video
from
about getting
2005.
teased for where I lived. It's a funny
Hey.
story about getting teased, walking to my dad's office. People thought it was my house. Go watch this video if you want to get more context.
But you know what's crazy though? When my dad told me I need to have that J money, which is y'all see in the back, I got a job. Shit.
that
That's
day
true.
when we got robbed.
Honestly, I can say we have worked for everything that we have.
For real, I've been working since
Everything-
I was fucking 16.
Every single thing that Dre and I have, we have worked for it on our own, bought it on our own. Like, all of that.
My parents didn't give us allowance. We had to work and do chores around the house and, hey, you go do that and we'll give you something. It wasn't no weekly, like, okay, you do this. I did chores and didn't get paid at all.
We did.
Facts. I was supposed to do that.
It was sometimes that would happen, but that wasn't like an all the time type of thing. Like my dad would give us money for like if we did good on our report cards. He wouldn't give us money for like doing chores and stuff, but like if we cleaned up for somebody else, then yeah, he'd pay us for it.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah,
He used to pay me to clean his bathroom.
Made all the sense in the world.
I've been working.
13 years old.
I ain't never just got handed shit.
Exactly.
Very naive, and the world
not
around
after
me.
not after 12.
Was a very
I had to
real
work
place,
for everything.
You know, very dangerous place at times. But my parents did an amazing job at sheltering me from a lot of that. But no matter how hard your parents try, they can't protect you from the world forever.
Can't.
So I'm walking to my dad's office with two of my boys. You know, they're walking to the bus stop to take the bus to go home. So we're taking the usual route, and on the way to where we're going, we have to pass this other school. It was known as Quality Academics. It was basically a school you would go to if you failed high school. You see, in Jamaica, in order to go to college, you have to take this exam called CXC. I think they changed the name. But it's
what's ours called again? SATs.
Yeah.
That's what ours is called.
They have the SATs and then they have the ACT, but I only took the SAT.
So yeah.
The SAT.
Damn, you gotta take a test everywhere.
Just
take my money.
You wouldn't be able to get into university. In Jamaica, there are really only like two. And we don't have this abundance of community colleges like you do here in America. So, if you want to take another swing at getting into university, you pretty much have to redo your senior year of high school. But there isn't a way to do that in actual public school. So you have to go to one of these like do-over schools and
Bro, what? One test makes me redo. Damn, I might as well shouldn't even did the work this year.
Basically, yeah. I mean,
But the fucked up thing about it is if I don't do the work and I still pass the test, I fail because the grade is low now.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
Was one of those schools.
Why can't I just take the test over, bro?
That completely fail high school, right? Of course, you have those who just, struggle in school. Public school isn't always the best. But a lot of times, it's dudes that didn't take school serious because they were busy, chasing girls, ditching class. A lot of times, there were dudes who gave a lot of trouble. Very often, these kinds of guys, grew up in environments where they didn't have a lot. They grew up in the hood, grew up in poverty. So what do you get when you mix a kid who grew up without a lot in an environment that is often violent, who feels the pressure of having to look like they have more than they
gonna slide on them niggas, bro,
so that they can climb the superficial social ladder that is high school culture.
Run them pockets
that were posted up down the street.
Run me that shit, bitch.
Looking for an easy lick. I saw them as we were walking up the street, and I could tell from a distance that these guys were no good. Back when I was going to school in Jamaica, there was a certain look that all the tough guys had. The bad man look. Uniform was always iron crisp, shirt untucked. They take their baggy
Chris my jeans up every day.
All the time.
Fitted. A lot of times their faces were bleached so they look more light skinned, and they always use too much gel in their hair, like to get.
They bleach their skin in Jamaica like that? I ain't never been. I ain't really read into that culture. Y'all,
I want to go, but
y'all do that? Y'all, I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all from Jamaica. Let me know.
I just started walking the streets to get to my dad's office, so I saw them, and I'm thinking, that's gonna look good. But it's three of us, it's two of them. Sure, they're bigger, they're older, but this kind of thing doesn't happen to me.
You 17, they 27. They took this test 20 times.
Other people. I'm not gonna get
just go sit down.
Go sit down, nigga. That's a grown ass nigga with 3 babies.
Closer and closer, and then we pass them. So I'm like, okay, all right, good, we're good. So we walk past them, and me and my boys, we're talking, we're laughing, all is right with the world. And then I hear some footsteps quickly approaching us from behind. I turn my head, and now they're right beside us. As they're passing us, one of them leans into one of my boys, bumps him, and then keep walking. At first, I didn't realize what happened, but it turns out when the dude bumped into my boy, he reached into his hoodie pocket and grabbed his phone. They must have saw
Sneaky
put his
motherfucker.
phone in his pocket before we passed them down the
See,
street.
you gotta
My boy
watch.
like,
You
yo,
be
they
watching
just
you.
took my
Watch us
phone.
around.
had a
He
new
definitely got
BlackBerry,
me
and
on
this
that a
before
lot.
the iPhone, all of that. Yo, this was.
I be watching with motherfuckers. I see motherfuckers watching me. You think I don't? I see you when I look at you and you look down. I see you, nigga. What are you looking at?
I used to be like the type of person like to kind of walk around without like a really that much of a care in the world. But like when I got with him, like
Motherfuckers be
that
worried
all
about
BlackBerry?
changed.
Motherfuckers
You need to be aware of who the
Everybody
fuck
wanted
you're
one. They
around.
were hard to come by. They were expensive. My man's must have saved up for a whole year just to buy that.
Hell yeah,
phone,
when I got
bro.
my
So now
iPhone
I'm
5, that's what I
shocked. And then
did,
my
boy.
boy's like, yo, I gotta get by my phone. So without even thinking, we start to chase him. Now, to say chase is a bit much. It was more like a brisk walk because one,
I
they
ain't
weren't
wanna
that
sweat.
far ahead because they weren't running away, and two, there was some hesitation, right? Because
They were
we
scared.
were scared. I was scared. I will admit.
was 30. I
I've
was
never been in a
13.
Hey, that's
situation
okay.
like this before. But we're in the heat of the moment. Adrenaline is going, and I wasn't about to be the one friend that fell back in this situation.
Yeah,
so we
don't be
start
no
to walk
bitch.
up to them. We get right behind them, and they
And one,
run the
and two,
dude.
and two, and
Not
go,
the one
and
who
go,
took the
and go,
phone,
and go,
the other
and go,
one.
and ooh.
He turns around.
Sweated eye.
Grabs my boy.
Sweated eye.
the one who got his phone took, grabs him by the shirt, puts him up against the wall, pulls out
Hold
a
on.
pocket knife, holds it to his stomach, and is like, "You don't want to do that." He lets him go. turns
See, and that's
around,
why I don't be
and the
starting
both of
shit
them
with
keep
people, man.
walking. And back in school, we heard a lot of stories of dudes getting robbed and stabbed over their phones. So we knew that this was not a joke. So they're walking away, and then my boy turns to us and is like, "Yo, what do?"
You know, I didn't understand motherfuckers that stole phones that they couldn't get into.
Exactly. That's dumb. I'm sorry. It really is. Like, you have to jailbreak a phone. You got to do all this extra stuff just to be able to use it. It's not worth it. Just go get your own. They have cheap ones. I know y'all want the nice looking ones and all that stuff. But if you can't afford it, you can't afford it.
Man, I had fucked up one time, and I was on the phone with her, and I was at school. We was at school. I'm using the restroom. I put my fucking phone on the toilet paper dispenser. You know, taking a piss and shit. Mm-hmm. Right?
Taking a piss of shit.
I went to, you know.
Taking a
So
piss of shit.
I you know, put my pants up, walk out the door, and I don't remember because it's like, man, who the fuck looks at the toilet paper dispenser if they're not using toilet paper?
Oh, yeah, I think you told me that before.
And as soon as I get down to the B wing, which is like 2 hallways away from the wing we was in, I was like, oh shit. I left my phone in there and it was passing period.
Oh. Yeah, you fucked up. Remember when you tried to put my phone down in the cup holder and you put it down in some water?
Funniest shit ever.
I went
But-
like 2 months without a phone because of him.
Looks like you gotta get a new phone, bro. Cause that
Motherfuckers
one,
just take shit.
that
I didn't know
one's
where
not
that phone
working.
went.
And as
Yeah,
soon as
at
that
all.
reality,
I like that little
set
ZTE
over the
until I got my iPhone.
We were just like, man, that's tough.
You know, they was talking about our little ZTE.
Oh, that was so
I didn't like that one. The
tough
keyboard,
because
the
Yeah, I
sidekick
didn't-
there was
one. Nah,
nothing
I
we
ain't
could
like
do.
that.
What were we gonna do?
I like the full
Call
touchscreen,
police? This is Jamaica, bro. Ain't no police gonna show up and get back your phone, bro. That's
Nigga, it's
dumb.
a phone.
So we stand there for like
pretty
another
much.
5 minutes.
You should have just followed.
And then we
Well,
continue
he
to
had a
walk.
knife.
You know,
Yeah, I'm
my
like,
boy
he had a
went to
knife.
the bus stop. I went to
And-
my dad's office,
and-
and you know,
and to
that
cool
was
down,
that.
man.
Yeah, I told my
And to-
dad about it. You know, because my dad grew up in the
That'll
hood. So a
walk.
small part of me was like, ooh, maybe my dad can like go get back the phone. I don't know. My dad looked at me and was like,
You gotta fight your own battles.
"You still got your phone?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Then
All
you're
right,
my only
you good.
concern.
Moral of the story, you know, when you walk in these streets, especially if you live somewhere that's not super safe, keep your head on a swivel, keep your valuables concealed, and you know, if you're ever being robbed and you know you're outgunned or outmanned, just give them what they ask for, man. Because at the end of the day, things can always be replaced.
Facts.
Exactly.
Your life,
Not gonna lose my motherfucking life
pretty
over
sure
a
you won't get
phone.
one of those.
No cap. I'm not gonna do it. And that's why I said, like, I'm not scary. I have a lot to lose. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with somebody, fight somebody over some petty shit. Like, it's not gonna happen because I don't know what you have planned. I don't know what you're capable of. I'm good.
For real, and I got my life to live, so hey, we'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.
We out.
Out of boat, watch a nigga make it flip. I ain't a little boat, but I just one night the bitch. They don't